Hello, friends. I hope you're having a really great day. And I have this question for you. Does the idea of eating out cause a lot of dread in your system? Almost to the point where you don't want to do it. But you do know that a part of you also really craves it, and for really good reason too. So if you don't know who I am, my name is Tracy Brown. I'm a somatic nutrition therapist and a tuned eating specialist. And today I want to help you get to the root of what feels so difficult about eating out. And some of these answers are maybe going to be obvious to you, and some of them might be really surprising. So let's go ahead and dive in. If you're watching live, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Please ask any of your questions, your thoughts, tag me below, and I'll get to those and respond to you as soon as possible. So, what brings on dread with eating out? That's the question we want to answer today. First off, I will say that let's look at our relationship with food first. And this can come from a variety of places. So if we're still kind of like toeing the line here of like part of me's in diet culture, part of me's trying to get out of it, the picking what you really want can feel overwhelming, because you might say, here's the menu, and it's like, I know what I might like, but I don't think I can eat that. And it might be because of your own diet mind around calories or things like that. So the surest way to feel overwhelmed and not be satisfied at a meal eating out is to pick foods that you think you should eat, you think are the healthiest, are the lowest calorie, based on something you ate earlier that day or yesterday, when internally that's not what you want at all. Also, a way to not be satisfied eating out, just from the food perspective, is picking the highest calorie thing just because you're wanting to rebel. Okay, so those are some ways tangibly to not be satisfied with your eating. And the question, here's one simple question you can ask yourself. If I didn't worry about weight or calories, what would I pick? And so now you'll know the platform from which you're starting from if you can answer that question. I would pick XYZ, but then I have to deal with the guilt. So that's a whole other discussion. So let's move on from there. So let's say that you know what you want, and we got to work through the guilt, right? What is it that you believe is going to happen if you actually eat the food you want and you're eating it from, an attuned place? Is that true or not? On the flip side, sometimes it's really difficult to even get to what we want or choose what we want, because maybe we're so sensory overwhelmed by the experience. Maybe because we're not in good regulation in our nervous system, and maybe we're in fight or flight even being at the restaurant, and it's not even about the food. So to get to a place where eating at a restaurant is not so overwhelming, we have to do some regulation first to be able to feel safe enough even being there with people around, or the lights, or the noise, or whatever it is that's feeling overwhelming. Or maybe it's not the external, maybe it's the internal noise inside that feels like I'm so full of other stuff, or I feel like so overwhelmed that I'm shutting down and I don't know what to eat. Okay, and so in both those circumstances, we need to find safety first. So the third reason why sometimes eating out feels so dreadful, even though we may want to do it because we want that convenience, we want that normalcy. I love eating out just for the sheer fact I don't have to do dishes. I love it. That's one of the main reasons I do it. But anyway, it's to have a good experience and to feel taken care of. And when we feel we can't access that, what else is happening? Usually the thing that people tell me is eating with the people. And when I say the people, first we need to think about, whom is it we don't feel comfortable with? Is it our immediate family? Is it coworkers? Is it a new friend group? Is it strangers? And so for all of those different groups, we need to be able to understand, what does it feel safe here? Oh, my family feels safe. Okay, good. Then practice eating out with them more and more and more. If it's like, I like my coworkers, but they're all dieting and I don't want to deal with diet talk. Okay. So we have to, again, work on regulation to be able to, like, if they weren't here, I would eat what I want. Okay, so let's work on that internal safety to be able to eat what you want, even though dieters are around, which is what we talked a little bit more about Monday in that video. strangers is checking our assumptions. Are we projecting that everybody in this building cares about what we're doing or our size? Now, I will say that it happens in life that people who are in larger bodies sometimes get a side view. I know that happens. I've talked to hundreds and actually thousands of people that's happened to. But we kind of also have to recognize what kind of stand we want to take for our own freedom and independence and taking up space in this world. That even though maybe people are throwing out their own internalized fat prejudice out around in the environment, it doesn't mean we have to like receive it. And I know that's our work, you know, as human beings, to be able to have more resilience and capacity. It doesn't make it fair. I know it doesn't always feel safe. However, to be able to eat out and to feel comfortable with that is really getting clear about, is that happening? And what else is going on that feels like so much? Is it possible that, you know, I just feel uncomfortable with talking with people and I need to work on that? Or is it that there's something in me that says that everybody knows more or is better than me, is interesting? We need to catch that self-talk, because it's really just not about the food, but we're projecting it onto our food and therefore inhibiting an opportunity for a satisfying meal and relationship with food. So I know I threw a lot of possibilities out there for you about what you could be struggling with. So I would love to hear in the comments below what particularly is getting you stuck, because we can work through all those, and every single one of those barriers we can make a whole video about to help you. So please comment below what you're feeling stuck with. If you feel like you want to say something to me but you don't want to do it, you know, here publicly, please send me an email at tracybrownrd@gmail.com. You can message me, but it takes me a little longer to get back to those than via email or just direct, you know, comment here. So, but I do want to hear from you about what barriers you're noticing, and maybe you've even taken the next step of like, oh, I caught that. And I'm thinking I just need to bring my nervous system into a little more of a place of safety than to be able to have that satisfying meal that I know that I want. So I'm curious where y'all are at, and let's go deeper with that. I hope today's video was helpful. If you found that it was, please pass it along to people who could benefit, because some people don't understand. Gosh, I didn't know that that's all this is. I thought it was just I was afraid of the food, but maybe it has more to do with the situation or what I think it means about me to eat fully what I want. So I do have a little comment. I'm happy to answer this now. Just before I hop off, is that I have someone here saying it's frustrating the restaurants have calorie counts. They do. But guess what? Our job as emerging attuned eater is to say, oh, that says that has 257.3 calories. But what does that have to do with our hunger and fullness? And if I ate that meal, would I be satisfied? Is that what I really want? That's the kind of inner work we've got to do. So we could see these numbers, but we can say, and what about that? And if I eat that, what's the outcome? Am I going to feel satisfied? Am I going to be hungry again in 3 hours? Like, what's going to happen if I choose this? Because ultimately, we can eat by the calorie counts and we can be a slave to that stuff. Or it's like, what would be the outcome if I did choose that? And that's not something I want. And I wonder what would happen. Good morning, Mary. I wonder what would happen if I actually chose what I wanted. Would this food last me as long as I need it to? Would I be more satisfied? Would my body feel more nourished? Yes, this stuff exists. I wish it didn't. It is totally annoying. And what could we place the body as the expert, not as these numbers on a piece of paper or laminated on a piece of paper or up on a screen above our heads? Let's make the body the expert. All right, I will talk to you all real soon. I hope you have a great day, and I look forward to hearing more from you in the next video. Bye for now.